Hi guys, I am so sorry. I'm sorry, I was so late. I'm on my phone and I don't normally use my phone for this. And so I apologize. I can't be in my office right now because my son is still trying to fall asleep. But I've been trying to think of a way to do this without being overly dramatic and still bringing a place where I can discuss stuff with my subscribers and also just sort of let you guys know about what's going on. And I want to just kind of stick up for some of the other creators that are involved in this because um, what is happening right now on YouTube to me and to other creators is really not acceptable. And I don't like to get involved in drama. I know people say that I'm always involved in drama, but I want to tell you something I don't ask for any of this. I mostly just do my job and I put my head down and I put out content. And it's usually other people inserting themselves into my life to try to make a name for themselves or to inflict pain and hurt people. And if you are a follower of mine, you guys know that I am super I'm here to be critical, but also to be respectful when I tell stories. And I really pride myself on the community that we've built here. And I've really pride myself on all of my subscribers that really just don't get involved in this kind of stuff and just try not to be messy on this platform. This platform has enough stuff going on, and I've just never wanted to be a part of any of this. So, I love my community. I love you guys so much. Your hearts and your just you tuning in constantly and the care and compassion that you show to people in comments and how respectful you are in comments. And you're going to see a lot of thumbs down on this video. Just don't worry about it. We're going to let them say their thumbs down. You guys can do a lot of thumbs up. There's a lot of really not good people on this platform that want to see me fail. So instead, why don't you guys just give some thumbs up and don't pay attention to any of that stuff, okay? So let's talk. I did about a week ago. I told you guys about what was going on in my personal life and how there was a couple people that have been reporting my family and that have been doing things to try to go real life, right? So we talk a lot about when people make decisions to report on things and interfering in people's private lives. And that happened. We had the police here, we had CPS here. We've had a lot of happening. We're still getting daily threats. I got a bunch today. We're still working with the FBI and we're still just working really, really, really hard. Just trying to figure out who's doing what and holding people accountable. So, just so you guys know, we have forwarded everything. It's in the process of being transferred from one branch of the FBI to another. So, it's been moved states multiple times, but we're going to get it to the right place. Um, so, right now, we have a team. I have Maya Lawyer working on it. I have Michael Salt working on it, and the FBI and local law enforcement. So that's all happening. It's not the Duggars. It's not the Duggars at all. It's actually people on this platform that are doing it. So what I want to talk to you guys about right now, though, is something that's happening on the platform that I just want to address in a respectful way, but also share just my thoughts and feelings on it. Um, I've really tried to make a very good point of when I'm on Twitter, I might have my rants and I might call people out. But when I come to my YouTube channel, I try to just keep things even. And I don't want to be in a position where I'm getting my subscribers riled up. I don't want you guys to send hate to anyone. I don't want you to hurt anyone. I don't want you to harass anyone. Like, I don't want you to do any of that. Like, I want you to just continue to be the awesome community that you are. So, what we're talking about today is YouTubers are weaponizing people's private, protected, um, investigational reports, um, and weaponizing those against creators to hurt them and to try to poke holes in their story. So I have told you guys that I'm a survivor. In 2007, I was SA'd and I was drugged. And I don't want to go into the specifics of it. I'm not here to do like, I don't want to give you guys, I don't want to trigger you guys. I've publicly spoken about it. I've had my Me Too. I was not believed by the police. Charges were never filed. 2007, it was bad. Police just didn't treat us very well. We were treated like liars, interrogated, all of that. So I was motivated to speak out when an investigation actually had happened in 2018 into my state. Um, Police, like the state, they looked at the state criminal prosecutions of these types of cases and the backlogs of kits, the under prosecution of things, how women that are in specific situation are not the people are not prosecuted, how the women are treated as a result. And I remember reading the report in the Star and Tribune, feeling like really like, oh my God, they're talking about my situation, right? Like, holy crap, this is what I went through, you know? And I shared it and I hadn't publicly named his name before and I've shared his name before and I'm not going to do that right now. But, you know, like it's hard when you've gone through something like that because when you share that and you put it out on a public platform, you're doing it. I was doing it one to take my power back because I was like, well, they didn't believe me. He was never held accountable. And I still feel like every day that people don't believe me. And I just wanted to share, not because like for my own like healing, but then also I just wanted to help maybe be an example to anyone else that's gone through something like this and be like a voice to you guys. So I want to be mindful in how I use my platform. I want to always be like mindful that if I tell you guys something, like I want to set an example. I want to set a good example for kids. I want to set a good example for little girls. I don't want little girls out there that if this potentially happens to feel like they're silenced. And I didn't want to be silenced anymore. And so I shared my story and I shared it publicly last fall on YouTube. And it was tough. You know, I was angry. I was mad at the police. I was mad at my perpetrator. I was angry about all of it. I'm still angry about it. Um, I got a lot of loving comments from you guys. So many of you shared your stories and you were like, Katie, this happened to me. You told my story. I can't believe what happened to you. That happened to me. Not remembering things, not anything, you know, like we as the ones that are the survivors, we lose our power, right? And people are constantly trying to make us doubt ourselves. And so we lose power and then we take it back when we tell our story. Thank you, love. Thank you so much, Kevin. What I want to talk about right now, though, is that there are creators now using my story as a weapon to hurt me because they don't like me. And this also happened with me with my cousin husband. I'm sorry, honey bun. And so once I said this, there is a group of people that have been after me for 2+ years. Um, One that just is a nuisance on this platform. I don't even want to say their name. I have said I will not say their name on this platform. Let's just say they're not a good person. They spread a lot of lies about me, and a lot of the drama that happens around me is because of what this person does and how they influence other creators about me. And I think that's inappropriate. I don't think it's our job as creators to interfere in other creators' lives and stop them from having relationships. And then if that creator bothers you to the point, like this person flat out told me in September of 2019 that if I didn't apologize to them for something they did to me, they weren't going to stop harassing me. They were going to target me until they destroyed my channel, and they were going to ruin every collaboration that I had with anyone. And they've stuck to that. They have ruined my collaborations with everyone. They have turned everyone against me. They have turned Sherelle against me, Leslie against me, Preacher Boy against me. They literally, everybody, they turn them against me. They weaponize creators and they do it for sport. Um, Anyways, someone that's a part of that group and a staunch defender of one of these people has made it her job to try to discredit what happened to me with my essay. And I just want to say that I know this person. Her name is Erin Costello. She has a channel that's called EKC People Suck or something like that. I don't even know. When I knew her, she was a blogger and we blogged about anti vaxxers. And I would interact with her on Facebook. We would collaborate on stuff. We worked on a couple different like stories and shared information. And I left that world after getting like dealing with a lot of really just unstable people. I didn't want to deal with it was dangerous. And for some reason, she left that content too. And she has decided that her content is now going to be me. We never had we never had a falling out. Um, we left things cordial. Like, I don't know why she's decided to do this, but she decided to obtain my investigation report and she published it on YouTube. And she did this because she wanted to say that I was lying about police, and she did this to hurt me. Her entire channel is dedicated to me. So, like, this is her channel, that's her channel, this is her channel, and this is what she says: keep my name in your mouth. It's free advertising. Every video on this woman's channel is about me. She doesn't have any other content. And it's weird because we used to be friends. So I think when another friend starts targeting you like this, they're not being a journalist. They're actually being someone that wants to hurt you. So she has done a lot of really bad things. So last year, I was receiving threats, and there was someone calling my husband's friend's establishment. And my husband's friend is also my husband's record label boss. And they left 40 voicemails with, they wanted to hurt me. And I posted a couple of them on YouTube, and Erin didn't believe me. She did not believe me that this happened. And she contacted my husband's friend privately and reached out to him and sent him a message. And he was furious. He was like, why is this woman contacting me? Why is she sending me, like, I can't remember if she called him or sent him an email, but I think it was an email. He was so disturbed by the fact at her contacting him. And like, she was like, did this really happen? I don't really believe that this happened. And he was like, yes, it happened. she will discredit and say nothing that I've done. She literally says everything I say is lies, which is insanity. Um, Here's the thing is I don't want you guys to like I feel it sucks because when I bring up her name on this channel, she only has like 3,000 subscribers. So I don't want to like give her subscribers. You know what I mean? Like I don't want you guys to go subscribe to her because I don't want you guys to get involved in this kind of behavior because what she's doing is actually hurting people and it's not okay. So what I want to say first and foremost is that there are people that have grown consciences. Conscience. They have a conscience now. Um, they've grown a conscience. They were involved in this and they feel really gross about it now. And they are giving me information about what she's doing. So, oops, sorry. So she has an entire Google Drive dedicated to my investigation. I just blocked Hipsy Gypsy. Thank you for letting me know. She has an entire Google Drive called Katie's Rape Allegations. She has every screenshot, every video. She's transcribed every video I've ever made on this topic to the T. She has a Discord. There's a Discord that I don't believe she owns, but she's a part of. And this Discord is botting. They're botting my Twitter, and every one of my tweets goes into this Discord and they house them. And that's disturbing. And she is then pulling them and they're in this Google Drive. I was going to show you a video, but I'm on my computer. But the Google Drive has dozens and dozens and dozens of video of things about me. Everything I've ever said about my experience. And she has like, it's like everything that she is doing. So this person that reached out to me basically said, yeah, criticizing someone on YouTube is one thing, but making a massive Google Drive is a completely different ballgame. That's crazy. So what she did next, though, is what's really up. So what happened was this person reached out to me. They feel really bad about being involved in this community. They had no idea the extent of what this person was doing along with other people, and they feel guilty. And so people are starting to send me a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes because they literally can't believe they got sucked into it. And the anti-Katie community is so disturbing and disgusting. And people keep saying there's good people in this community. I would say you might be a good person, but you've literally been gaslit and lied to, and you're around people that are not good people. You're around people that like to hurt people and inflict people. And if you're a part of a community that literally is designed around hating just one person and obsessing around one person, it's just really weird. You should just find something more productive to do. But what really upsets me here is she sent an email to police requesting everything of my investigation. So she says, if these are less, she sent under the Minnesota Data Practice Act, she wanted literally, she had the case file number from 2007. She wanted everything. She wanted the report, officers' statements, investigation data, leads followed up on. She wanted audio and video recordings. She wanted documentation. She wanted interrogations. She wanted case notes. She wanted supplemental reports attached and charging recommendations. She said this in her letter: if there are any fees for searching for or copying these records, please inform me if the cost will exceed $50. However, I would also like to request a waiver of the fees, in that the disclosure of the requested information is in the public interest. I didn't know that my life was for the public interest, where I'm the redacted, protected victim. And she said this information is not being sought for commercial purposes, but she's had multiple um, streams, I think 3 or 4 on her channel, going through item by item about this report. She said, I would like to request a prompt response to this request. If you expect a significant delay in responding or fulfilling this request, contact me with information about I might expect copies. So she wanted this stuff like immediately. And it says, if you deny any of these requests, cite a reason and a specific exemption you feel justifies the refusal to release this information, and notify me of the appeal procedures. So she went to the police and asked them for everything from my investigation. And she literally said she was not using this for commercial gain, but she's monetized this report. She has emailed this report to anyone that doubts me. If someone says they want to do a video on me and they contact her, she will send them and email them this report. But then she will tell them not to publish the report because it's an invasion of privacy. She did not get everything. Some of the stuff they couldn't give because obviously I was the victim. So like you can see that like there was stuff they couldn't because it was private. And then they didn't do an interrogation, which is so disturbing to me. I mean, I hadn't even seen this report until someone sent me a link to the video of them going through it. And I hyperventilated and I was like bawling, and I ended up calling the police, screaming and yelling, like, how could you guys do this? How could you guys send this? And the police were basically like, it is gross. And I was like, I was like, how could you do this? And they were like, she didn't do this to like say that I was an actual victim. She literally did this to poke holes in my story and try to exonerate my perpetrator and the police. She didn't like that I publicly criticized how the police handled the case, which is my right as the victim. And she spread a rumor that the police were going to sue me if I didn't stop talking about them. So I'm sure she's live right now, but don't even bother her. But I contacted the police the day that they published this, and I was like, what is going on? How did you release this information? And so the police say, well, we redacted your information. And I was like, I'm supposed to be protected. So under the laws in Minnesota, victims are protected. So victims of sexual assault are literally like, it's not it's not public information. It's blacked out. You're not, if you're a reporter, supposed to identify the victims if you publish that, because it puts the victim in it puts the victim in a very bad situation. So I publicly spoke about it, and she said to me, well, you talked about it and you said his name. So you made it easy for me to get this. And I'm just verifying if what you said is true. And I'm like, okay, This is disturbing. She wanted to exonerate the police. She says that she believes the report. She literally tweeted at me this week. She is blocked. Um, she is blocked on like all of my platforms, and she still comments behind the block. She harasses my subscribers on Twitter, and she has monetized this and weaponized this against me. It's different than speaking about people in the media and sharing so and so said this happened to them and supporting them and saying that's horrible. Her goal is not to do that. Her goal is to weaponize it against me, to discredit me, because she literally thinks everything I say is a lie. And thank you, Honey Bun, for upgrading. I'm not going to block Monica. Monica, can you just like calm down on telling me not to talk about it? Like, just please don't upset people in the chat. Love you, Monica. Appreciate your constant love and support. I'm not going to block Monica. Why would I block Monica? Because she doesn't want me to. Monica's a member. So at the end of the day, Monica, you're fine. Just be respectful. I'm going to talk about this. We're fine, Monica. You're fine, girl. Okay. If you have a right to have an opinion, but I'm going to talk about it. And if you don't want to listen to it, you are welcome to just click off. That's all I'll say. So anyways, I'm responding because she keeps putting out videos. Even this week, she put out a video about a restraining order I had to take out last year against another creator. And she wants to say I'm lying about that. And she's friends with the person that I took the restraining order against. What I believe she's doing, my opinion, is one, she wants to grow her channel off my name. She wants to discredit me because she's mad at me for whatever reason because of our previous relationship. And she's obsessed with me. Clearly, she has contacted so many people in my private life. She has contacted the police asking for everything. She has published this and outed me as the victim, which is, I was protected by the law and she violated that. And this creator she's friends with, and what she's doing is she's trying to discredit this. What I believe she's doing is she's trying to discredit my SA because she wants to somehow do mental gymnastics to claim that this guy didn't do the thing that I said he did to me, which, by the way, wasn't SA. It was a comment he made that made me very uncomfortable. And when I refused to apologize for him doing that to me, literally, he wanted me to apologize. He said, "You need to apologize for me doing this to you. And you need to say that this didn't happen, even though it did happen. And it did make me uncomfortable." And he said, "If you don't do this, I'm going to target you. I'm going to harass you. I'm going to destroy your channel. I'm going to burn it to the ground." And she wants to poke holes at my credibility to redeem him so that she can prove that he's not a liar. It's really creepy. And what's happening now and why I'm speaking out about this is because this week, what's happening because of this is that other creators are feeling emboldened to do this kind of behavior. Thank you so much, honey, for becoming a member. Thank you too, Heidi. It's emboldening other creators. And there's this guy that covers the Duggars that's legitimately obsessed with me. I don't know who he is, but he cannot stop talking about me. And it's really weird. His name, whatever. He's probably live right now talking about me. But it says that I make false assault claims. So he has gone on his channel and flat out said that I falsely accused someone, spread a false lie about him, and he's called me names. He's called my husband like not a man, or I don't even know. I don't even know what this guy wants to talk about the Duggars, and so I think he just wants to get clout off my name. I've never heard of him. He's constantly screaming about me. I don't respond to it. I don't care. Whatever. Like, make your content, just shut your mouth. Like, dude, nobody cares. Um No, my channel has continued to grow, which, by the way, if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. I would love that. But what I want to do right now is stick up for other people that are this is happening to. So because of what's happening right now, this group is now threatening to get reports of other creators, one named JJ, and they're also threatening to get information on another creator named Charlotte. So if I had the Kentucky contact, I would love to grab a copy of Charlotte's court case. And then, they're talking about literally grabbing a few essay reports too. And that's Joan something. She's also a massive troll. So what I'm doing right now is saying that this behavior that she has started has now caused copycat behavior. And now these people are trying to go after other creators, which is not cool. Like, I can withstand the hate at this point. My channel is large enough where this kind of stuff doesn't damage me. It's annoying and it's hurtful. Like, what Erin is doing is flat out an invasion of my privacy. And I don't know if it's illegal. I can't tell you. I don't know if she's broken laws. What I do know is she's weaponized a report against me and used it in a way to disparage and discredit me. Um, who cares if it's redacted? She requested your record. It's not going to protect you. Essay records should not be available to anyone but you. I actually agree with this. And there's people that are working on laws here in Minnesota. And this is actually getting me motivated to want to change the laws here. I want my report sealed. I don't want it accessible to anyone. Um, I'm sorry. Yeah, what I don't think is okay is how they're treating other people. Like, my channel can withstand this, and it's against the law. Thank you. It isn't illegal, but suitable. Well, I know it's an invasion of privacy, and it's also defamation. We have a massive problem here in Minnesota with investigations. The Star Tribune did a huge report on just like how backlogged they are, how they treat victims. And, it's weird because when I contacted the police after this all happened, they literally said to me, we're sorry, this wouldn't happen today. If you were to report this today and it would have happened today, you would have been treated completely differently. Um, Based on how our protocols were back then, we did everything right. And I'm like, oh, that's so not true, but whatever. And I'm sorry, Erin. False light. Actually, I was reading about the false light part. So you actually cannot use crime reports where a victim is identified to paint a victim in a false light. I actually was reading about that in the ethics of journalism. Now, it's interesting that she would say that she wasn't going to use this for commercial use. She's going to probably try to say that she's a journalist, but she's not a journalist. She's a professional troll that's clearly doing this to harass me. So she can't use that she's using this for journalism. So I don't know if there's truth to her saying that she wasn't going to use this for commercial use because she has profited off of this. It's disturbing. Um, Thank you, John. What I want to say is that there's been a lot of people that have woken up after every video is about me. They've been so awful to Kevin. Kevin is like a super fan, and I'm not trying to I don't communicate with Kevin privately. I don't have a relationship. He's just a staunch defender of me on Twitter. They've literally doxed every aspect of his life and ridiculed him, like not specifically these people, but this group of anti-KJ people. They are just making people's life hell, and it's not okay. And I'm going to stick up for these small creators, even if they've been horrible to me. JJ, I saw some of her tweets and they were nasty. Like, she has said some awful things about me, but it's still not right for them to weaponize what happened to JJ against her. Charlotte has also said some pretty not nice things about me, but I'm also just going to say, what Charlotte, nobody deserves that. Like, even if someone criticizes me, they don't deserve to have their past used as a weapon to hurt them and to humiliate them. These people are only doing this to humiliate and publicly bully people, and that's not okay. And Kevin is terrified to speak publicly because they literally found a fault. Like, I think there was some sort of thing that happened criminally, but it got dropped, and it was a huge mix up, but they used that against him, and that's what they do. And most people that are on this channel know that Kevin's pretty honest about who he is and, the drama around him, but he felt so terrified after that happened. I don't think they care. Do not recommend channel. Thanks, Victoria. K needs blocked. Where is K? Found him. Thank you. I'm trying to. Nadia's here as my moderator, and she can't get to everything. Thank you, Mike. Nola's so sweet. This comment's awesome. I don't care if people criticize me. I honestly don't care. What I care about is when a former friend is doing this as a weapon to hurt. And I don't think it's appropriate to do this to other creators on YouTube. And I also don't, if using Josh Duggar's past against him is offensive to you, I think you should go see a therapist. I will for sure hold Josh Duggar's past against him 1000%. And that's usually the person I go hardest at on this channel. But nice to see you. Bye. Nola's so sweet. I had to just comment. I feel like if you can just be nice to them. Thank you. Don't these people realize that their actions only show how insecure and insanely jealous they are? I don't know. Josh is in the public eye, and Josh is also he's admitted to doing things to his sisters and to a babysitter, and he's also been charged with horrific crimes against children. So I think it's really different. Josh's past is his present. Exactly. So the sad part is, you guys, what I want to say, though, is that there's a lot of people that have been involved in this anti-KJ world that are helping me now. And I just want to thank them. I don't love the things I've heard them say about me, but it's not a matter of people liking me. I think people are just realizing that this behavior as a whole is escalating. And I'm always going to like stand up for people, even if they don't like me. I don't think it's okay or appropriate to talk about what's going on in Charlotte's life. I don't think it's okay or appropriate to use JJ's essay against her. I don't think it's okay or appropriate to weaponize things against people like that just for revenge. You're not doing it to tell a story. It's not the same. Me covering reality TV and what's happening on social media is so different than going into somebody's life as a weapon to hurt them. That's not the same. And I think most people understand that. There's just some people that don't use common sense.
What are you doing, dude?
What I'd like to find for everyone moving forward is if you've been a hater and you recognize that what's happening is not okay, I welcome you back. I'll unblock you on Twitter. I can't promise I'll trust you or be your best friend, but my community has always and will always continue to be open for everyone. I don't want anyone on this platform to be hurt. I don't want anyone on this platform to be scared. I don't want anyone on this platform to feel like what I'll tell you guys is that when I have gone through some of the worst trolling and harm on this platform, literally no one stuck up for me. I have been out on a island by myself, and I'm not going to let that happen to other people. So if you are being harmed, I'm going to stick up for you because I'm not going to let what happened to me like happen to other people. Like I had a huge situation going on. I had a creator. I'm not going to say his name. He's in a ton of drama right now. He's larger than me, who knew I was getting dragged to filth because of something he was also involved in, but he abandoned me. And he said, I'm not going to deal with this, Katie, because you're getting heat and I don't want to deal with this drama. He could have stuck up for me and stuck his neck out for me, but he didn't. And when I got thrown to the wolves like that, I was like, dude, I'm never going to be that creator. So I will stick my neck out and say, stop doing this to other smaller creators. Stop weaponizing their lives against them and hurting them. Tasha does get a lot of hate. So the Discord is literally taking every tweet I make and botting it into the Discord. That's disturbing. They are documenting everything I do to try to weaponize that against me. And I want to be clear, a lot of these people are working independently, but they all benefit from one another. So the Discord is separate from the Reddit, is separate from the Twitter people, and is separate from some of these other people, but they all intermingle. A lot of them interact with all of these things, and they're all benefiting from the sole mission of disparaging me, working together to disparage me and to make money doing it. Yeah, Tasha doesn't put up with this kind of stuff either. And I don't want to like put up with this kind of stuff either. I'm sorry that someone's doing that to you, spirit healing. This kind of behavior on YouTube is just not okay. Like this is our job and we shouldn't be harassed at work. Thank you, Karen. My husband's hurt by this. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like seeing me drug through the mud. He doesn't like him. I don't like him. I don't like seeing my husband drug through the mud. T-spiracy has been horrible. I've asked her to remove the video multiple times. I also found out that T-spiracy put this video out, doctored audio accusing my husband of hurting my child. And then she actually in the description had CPS's number. And her retaliation to me was that I shared a phone number for a investigation I thought that was actually happening for Shane Dawson. She was actually trying to start an investigation for me. I thought an investigation was happening. Very different. But these people will like mental gymnastics their behavior to make it seem that I'm doing what they're doing, and it's not the same. Well, I'm going to stick up for any of y'all, even if you've made shitty content about me. I'm not going to go into Erin's past and dig up on Erin. I don't care about Erin. Like, I don't know anything about her life. I don't know where she lives. I don't know if she's married or has kids. Like, I don't care to say anything negative about her. My concern is the behavior. And that's how I try to do my job. Like, I'm not here to drag her. She's not relevant to my channel. Her life doesn't matter to me in the terms of like telling you who she is and why she's doing this. I don't really care. But I don't like how creators are treated on this platform. And I feel like more creators need to be more willing to speak up and not so scared and silenced into just going with the negative narrative. If you hit the little $ is how you do super chats. If everyone bands together and is positive and just works towards the common good and stops working against each other, I think this can be a lot more positive for viewers. And I just want to say, like, my viewers get really hurt when they see these videos about me because they know that the person you're talking about isn't the real person that they watch. Preacher Boy will not take down the video. He still feels like I'm behind this, and it's sad. He's really been brainwashed by these people. I can't make him change, and I didn't have any part of it. I didn't send any threats to him. I would never would.
No. Get down. Thank you.
I also want to protect any future people that are starting channels and just, I feel like this, Erin's, this right here just tells you what these people want. It's money for them. This is money for them. They wouldn't do it if it didn't make them money. They wouldn't do it if it didn't grow their channel. It's money. No, I unblocked him. I actually talked to him privately and it didn't go very well. But I don't want to drag him, you guys. Like, I don't want to drag him. Like, I'm not interested in getting into the drama. He hasn't removed the video. It's false. If you see the video by him, and you guys, his video about me has probably the most views on his whole channel. He's making money off of that, and to remove that, he's going to remove money. You know what I mean? And that's the problem on YouTube. Yeah, you can hit the 3 little buttons. What I don't want you guys to do is harass these people and fight with them because it doesn't do anything. They don't care. The people that are the most vile, it doesn't matter to them. Like, there's this one person on Twitter. She is so horrible. Her name's Clarissa. And she literally said, she's talking about things that happened in my report that aren't true. They're lies that he told the police. Just to discredit me. And this is Roadhog talking about it again. Wooden Eagle is another one. She's obsessed. She is so disturbed. I don't know what's going on with that chick. She really wants my attention. This is just a snapshot of all the different troll accounts that harass me on Twitter. And again, that's her Google Drive. So at the end of the day, An entire Google Drive. Definitely a lot of ignorance and a lack of common sense. Stay strong. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, I've watched you tolerate this for so long. It's sad that they've completely distracted by you. I enjoy watching your content, and I try not to um, let it affect my content. I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to allow myself to get sucked into this kind of stuff, and I'm really honestly only doing this because other creators are now being encouraged and emboldened by this behavior. And it's not okay. Like this Roadhog guy looks like a fool, and I guess everyone hates Aaron. No. Yes, she expects it to be expedited. And she wants an explanation if you don't get the information now. Um,
She believes herself to be pretty important.
I have learned more tonight than I think I wanted to know. It's sad that someone calls CPS about your children. Well, thank you. We've had CPS, they filed 4 reports against us. CPS was here. They actually came into our house. They had to interview us. They had to interview our nurses. They had to evaluate my son. Police deputies have been here, I don't even know how many times. I don't want to say the number because if I say the number, then they'll say I'm lying because that's what they do. It's more than 3 times, maybe 4 or 5. I don't even know.
Or they'll see it as a challenge.
I feel like YouTube does need to do a better job of protecting their creators too. And I feel like more people need to speak out about this and not be afraid to speak out about it. Here's my thought on this. I don't trust the people that are coming forward, but the people that are coming forward have information that they can share, like the Google Drive, right? So if I'm rude to them, I'm not going to get the information, right? So I always think of it this way, the same way as when I'm doing my reporting and speaking to people about things, is that I just want to say that I will be kind to people even if I don't like them. Um, a drunk redneck. I don't, if he wants to drink, that's on him. We don't shame that, whatever. Um, but what I don't, oh, this was a planned attack for sure. They've been planning this attack for 2 years and they won't stop, which is why I'm calling it out. It's Aaron, it's all of these, it's the Discord, it's the Reddit. They're not interconnect. They're not like directly like the same people, but it's coordinated and one person started it and the goal is to destroy me. And that's not okay. Mm, we're still getting threats. And then just so you know, there was a lawsuit filed in Nevada today, and I am named as a witness. So, yes, my name will be involved, but I didn't have anything to do with anything bad at all. Tati's company is suing Clark Swanson, and I'm helping in any capacity that I can. I don't have a lot. I don't know a lot about what is in the lawsuit, and I'm not privy to a lot of the stuff that's been reported about it. Um, but yes, I was listed as a witness, but I'm not a bad guy here. I fully support Tati in her endeavors, and I hope that she can just be successful on this platform. Um, she's also gone through a lot of just really bad trolling, and it's not fair. And it's good to see her back to doing what she likes, which is makeup. So I wish her the best of luck, and I'm happy to help in any way that I can.
You eat dog food? What, you eat some dog food and now you're trying to get some crackers? You go here. You want that?
She does look really happy, you guys. She just looks like calm and just
Oh,
good and doing well. And that's what I care about. And I was never out to get her or anything like that. I was just reporting on a story and I got bad information. And I own my mistakes, but I also want to correct those things. And, you know, there's no bad blood between us. And I want people to know that. Like, there's literally no bad blood. I don't have bad blood for her. There's no bad blood either way. Um, it wasn't, I had nothing to do with anything to do with her marriage or anything like that. That has nothing to do with me. People are trying to blame me for that. That has nothing to do with me. I will say that sometimes
where's that cracker? Right here.
the best thing that can happen is that you can sit down with someone and just sort of work through issues and just have a common good, you know, and listen to each other with open ears and honesty, and realizing that there's not this negativity coming from that. And I think that was what was important. And I will always correct a wrong, and I don't want her to be hurt. I don't want her to be scared. I think what she's gone through is horrible. I am not deleting comments. I have deleted a few people that are being rude. And if comments being deleted offends you, you just can not watch.
You need to calm down. No. Just go lay down.
I'll do whatever I can. And as long as I stand in my truth, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. The only thing I guys can ask you guys of with any future lawsuits on like on YouTube, don't insert yourself into other people's private lawsuits. Like, it's just so unnecessary. There was 3 people from this group that inserted themselves into my lawsuit. Like, literally, Natalie, Lori, and Kim. All of them. Kim Fulmer had a channel dedicated to hating on me, and Natalie obviously destroyed and is obsessed with me. Like, don't insert yourself into somebody else's lawsuit and file false declarations. Like, that's so messed up. I think I don't ignore the Duggars are people. I absolutely love Jill Dillard, and I love Amy, and I cheer on the kids that are leaving. And I don't hate the kids at all. Like, honestly, don't like Josh, don't love Jim Bob, but I'll always do what's, right. All right. Journalism and bloggers get stories wrong. We get sources that have ulterior motives, and the ethical and responsible thing to do in reporting is if you get something wrong is you correct it. And that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you got it wrong. And it's easier to stand in a lie and pretend like you didn't get it wrong. But I would much rather just say, I got it wrong, or not even that I got it wrong. I was misled. You know what I mean? Like, I was misled. Yes, my lives are being archived in the chats. My tweets are being archived. Every YouTube stream I do is archived in these Discords in the server. All of my tweets, all of my Instagram posts, every public thing I say is being archived in these places. It's really weird. It's more disturbing to me than the Reddit stuff. Like, there's Reddit stuff where they talk about people on Reddit, but this is literally everything that I say, even if it's minute, is being documented. You can talk. The only thing I will say is that don't be afraid to interact. Don't feed the trolls. They show up in this live stream and they're going, why are comments being deleted? Like, they're probably in Discord right now, or they're in their little troll group talking about how to, like, literally, this is what someone told me. They said the Discord server literally sits there and watches my live streams, and they wait to jump onto my Instagram lives to find a way to provoke me to react to them. And then they pose as someone who's a subscriber, and then they say something that they know is going to upset me, and then they get me to say something to them that is out of character, and then they use that as a way to say that I'm mean to my subscribers. The other thing is that the Reddit that is about me, they banned me from the Reddit, which is really disturbing. They talk about echo chambers on my channel, and they say that, like, I don't like anyone that doesn't agree with me, but that's not true. You can go into my comments and you know that I have subscribers that legitimately don't agree with my point of view, that will say, I don't know, I don't see it like that. I don't delete comments. Honestly, after like 20 minutes of the video being up, I don't even really moderate comments. I try to respond to the first few people that leave comments, send a heart, say something nice. But after that, like, I don't really delete comments. So people are allowed to express their opinions. And typically, the people that get it wrong or are being rude get called out by my subscribers. And that's about it. Don't mass report anyone, you guys. I just think it's weird that they have a Google Drive on everything I'm doing. And what really concerns me is that she's sending the Google Drive to anyone that she thinks will do a video about me, and she's willingly passing around the report. Yeah, and there's people that disagree that don't get any fighting with. Like, I don't seek to have an echo chamber. That's why at the end of every upload that I make, I'm always like, hey guys, what are your thoughts? Right? I want to know what your thoughts are. And there are sometimes I get a story and I don't get it right, or my opinion isn't popular opinion. Your mistake was without intent, where their threats are intentional, and that is illegal to stalk and threaten people. Get to a protection order. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, don't report anyone. We just need to like. All right. There's a lot of reaction channels. So finally, I just want to do an update here just to share something that's not the best news, but A story I published last year about Sophie Long. She is missing right now. She was the girl that was part of that viral GoFundMe, and her dad took off with her on Wednesday. There was apparently a court hearing that did not go in his favor. He still has had custody over her, but his story is publicly it's falling apart, and there's been a lot of evidence to suggest that he coached her, and it's parental alienation. And um, apparently, when the court hearing did not go in his favor, he took off with Sophie and his dad, and they are now missing. There is not an official missing report with police because it's a custodial issue right now. But I did have the opportunity. She's not kidnapped at this point. So we're in a really gray area right now. And I just want to say that I've spoken to someone connected to this that just told me to pray. If you pray for Sophie, pray that she's safe. People are really, really, really worried about her. Um, the mom didn't do anything wrong, you guys. The mom is fighting for her daughter. She's been drugged through the mud. Um, there hasn't been an Amber Alert yet. She isn't reported yet as a missing person, but she's missing. If he doesn't show up at some point, I'm sure it'll go to missing, but he took off and they don't know where she is. And they're worried because the case is not going in his favor. He's likely to lose custody because of what's happened. And he's not willing to give up on her. Like, he's not willing to give her over. Like, he doesn't want to give her over, even though what he claims happened didn't happen. He's accused 6 people of the same thing. It's never happened every time. Thank you. The father has a lot of issues. I was right about the father. I'm worried about her safety, you guys. That's all I'm going to say. And I know the mother and the brothers could take some prayers right now if you pray. Otherwise, think good thoughts. But she's missing. And if you see them, don't approach them. Michael is known to carry weapons. He is very unstable. He has untreated mental health issues, and he is a dangerous individual. He does not trust law enforcement. He's very paranoid. She needs to get out of that situation. That little girl has been put through so much this past year because of her dad. He's getting divorced. His ex-wife, has a restraining order against him. He allegedly slapped his 3-year-old son across the face, leaving fingerprints on his face. Yes, let's start the pro Katie Joy community. That sounds good. I don't know where he's headed. I don't know if he's in Arizona. I don't know. They just know that she's missing. They're not in Texas. So I know the mom is probably very worried. The mom is not a bad person, you guys. She has been slandered and defamed and discredited and harassed. And this little girl doesn't deserve that. I would appreciate in the future for stories like this that people have said, "Oh, you called that little girl a brat." I just want you guys to know that, like, one, I didn't release any court documents without the mother's approval. Two, I publicly apologized for something that I didn't really need to apologize for because I didn't call her a brat. And after the video went up and I took it down right away. People clipped it out of context, accused me of doing something I didn't do. And I even reached out to the mother after and I said, "I'm sorry that I repeated a comment and talked about this." And the mom said, "It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's seriously not that big of a deal. Like, you have a right if you see something on and it doesn't look right, if a child's acting out, you have a right to evaluate that if it's a public video." And maybe she was acting out, so she wasn't upset about it. Thank you. All right. So I hope you guys also realize when I publicly spoke out against Creepshow Art, why I spoke out about it is because Creepshow Art also was using all of these people as well. She was entangled with this group of people that has been harassing me. And Creepshow Art put out the narrative that they wanted her to put out. Most kids act out at some point. I didn't pester a child of a missing kid over a comment. I didn't actually pester her at all. That's ridiculous. She wasn't missing when I talked to the kid. I had a relationship with the mother, and it wasn't a pester. Creepshow Art did lie about me. Everything that is in her videos about me are 1000% lies. And she used these trolls. For sure, selective hearing. Um, because I don't think she's missed. I don't think they can report it yet. It will happen eventually. What they're doing to me is wrong, but what they're doing to other people is wrong too. So I hope the creators that platformed this father and really gave him and said that anyone that spoke out against the father was horrible. I really hope they evaluate and really dig deep and realize that they gave a platform to someone that shouldn't have had one. I think this is true, Pamela, too. Anyways, I want to cover a lot of different topics. There's still so much going on with the Duggars, but I cover the Duggars still. I cover other topics, some stuff you guys don't watch. Like, I slowly am starting to retire the teen mom stuff because you guys just don't care about it. I definitely want to talk about other things. I do cover other topics. I did the Chrisley case this week. I did Sister Wives. I do the roll offs. I did a teen mom video this week. The Duggar content is just always, there's just so many of them. I don't know the latest stuff on Creepshow. Plathville is starting in August, so get ready. Season 3 of Welcome to Plathville is coming back. I'm doing stuff on Britney Spears. People don't want me to cover her, but I will still cover it. So yeah. But anyways, it's 11:30 here, and I want to welcome you to watch other content on here that's not Duggar related. Please click on those videos. Even if you don't like the topic, you might actually like my take on the story, right? Get engaged with the content that's not just the Duggars. Get engaged on the other stories too. And I want to just do a shout out to my girl Lindsay Chrisley. I did a story on the Chrisley story where he basically accused Lindsay of being the snitch. She wasn't. And as I say a million times, if you're doing a crime, you cannot get mad at the people that are turning you in. But Lindsay Chrisley is literally she's salty, she's sassy, but she is the kind of friend that will bring the shovel, no questions asked. She'll help you hide the body. She's loyal. She doesn't lie. She has nothing to hide. And I'm just so glad that it's finally been out that she wasn't lying. She had nothing to do with it. And I'm glad that Lindsay's getting a little bit of that redemption arc. I hope some of Todd's followers stop harassing her. She has gone through hell and back. Her daddy owes her big time. But Lindsay Chrisley is a dear friend of mine. The best gift I've ever been given on this platform is honestly my relationships with Lindsay and Amy Duggar. Like, those are two friends that Lindsay is just such a good friend. I love her. And she has a brand new podcast, you guys, with a girl named Katie. It's not at all like her podcast with Kale. It's a little, I actually like this podcast more because you get a better, like, you get to, like, I feel like with the podcast with Kale, Lindsay is constantly like dealing with Kale's drama. And on the podcast with Katie, she is more herself. And I think when you see Lindsay for who she is, she's not just constantly someone that puts out other people's fires. She has a heart. She's funny. She's sassy, but she's also like a good person. And she's not a liar, you guys. She and I are actually very much alike, which is, we're different. She's more conservative than me. She believes in God and I don't, but that's never hindered our friendship. But we have the same ethics about life. And I think you have to have that with friends. Lindsay Chrisley, she's on Coffee Combos with Kale and Lowry. I don't know if Lacey's a bot or not, but she keeps repeating it.
I don't think she is.
Oh, she's just being happy. Who's TK? I don't see it. She's just sweet. The other day I was having a really hard day, and I just woke up and I saw a text from her and it said, "I'm thinking of you." And that's all I needed, and I felt better. So, I hope you guys have a good night. Don't send hate to people. Don't send hate to Aaron. This kind of behavior needs to stop. Discussing other people's reports is not acceptable. Weaponizing other people's reports out of revenge is not acceptable. Reporting on something is completely different than weaponizing private information about someone to hurt them. That's not the same as reporting. So I would love to welcome you back and enjoy the Team Katie Joy or the Pro KJ community, whatever. I hate being called KJ because the haters use that name, but I will claim KJ as a positive name now, and we can say you can join the positive KJ community. Do not hurt other people. Hurt people, hurt people. Aaron Costello, stop what you're doing. Stop contacting my husband's private friends. Stop contacting people in our lives. Stop digging for my police report. Get rid of, stop having this Google Drive. Stop sending my investigation to people via email. Just stop it. If you are a creator encouraging this, stop. That's it. Support women, support survivors, and support people and their stories. Don't blame victims. Just because a police officer and a perpetrator didn't believe you, or a perpetrator crafted a story that was believable to cops, doesn't mean it didn't happen. All right, you guys, send out the love for Sophie. Send Lindsay some love. You can leave Lindsay, you could love bomb Lindsay if you want. Like, if you wanted to go explode on Lindsay's social media and just tell her how much you love her and say Katie sent you, that would be so cute. Tell her that Katie sent you. And don't harass creators. Like, can I just say this right off the bat? Like, these people literally harass Lindsay. They don't believe I'm friends with Lindsay, and then they harass Lindsay and tell Lindsay that I'm saying things about her or I'm a piece of shit. Like, leave Lindsay alone. Lindsay has so much going on in her life. Same with Amy Duggar. Leave Amy Duggar alone. They don't care. They don't want to hear you tell them not to be friends with me. They're adults. They can make their own decisions on who to be friends with. If you are talking about people and telling someone to be friends with, you're kind of like a kid. But yeah, if you want to go love bomb some people, go love bomb Jill Dillard. Send some love to Amy Duggar King, and go send some love to Lindsay Chrisley. Good night, guys.